Okay, so now here, this is and we are just talking about. So I decided we're gonna bet here, and I was thinking betting half pot or 2/3. I don't like betting pot because I know I'm gonna get flat behind for sure, even raised. Um, so I don't want to put a pot size bet, and the turn is like a scary card. So I'm just gonna bet here and try to maybe get hopefully at least 1% fold. If not two, two would be great. So I bet 2400 into 3200, and let's see what happens. Do, 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 do. Fold, fold, fold. Come on, come on. Do it. He's thinking. He's like probably like a king 10 garbage. Okay, he folds. This guy shoves. He has 2700, so I'm not worried about him. He calls, and I can only flat behind because it was only $300 more. I can't re-raise. So the ace comes, and now I could still bet here because I mean I have the best hand, best high hand at least a lot of times, but um he could have sick redraws on me, and I really thought that if I bet and if he has a deuce three, he's just gonna ship it, and if I check, he might bet and I can just call and then reevaluate on the river. I could just bet and hope he just calls, but I was hoping that since this player is online, he might play nice. That was my hope. Play check, and he decides to check behind pretty quickly, which is happy. Turn is a six. Another hand, another card I don't want to see. So I check, and he checks behind. Beautiful. And I take that one down, and he shows ace deuce jack four. Um, I think I think the ace is a good card for me because he didn't make a low hand, but he would have called a bet, I think, because he made two pair. If he wanted, actually, if you just look at the flop, Jack 8-4, he has the ace of hearts. Okay, he has the ace deuce, and he has two pair. I think he played this hand wrong. I think the limp is absolutely fine because for one he's in early position, and two he doesn't have a suited ace, even though he has ace deuce. I think the limp is fine. I think the play he made wrong was just calling my bet. If I were him, I would have definitely raised it to maybe 10,000. But see, if he raises the flop, I just don't know what I'll do. I probably would have folded with my set of eights. I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't have. I don't know what I would have done. But I think he played his hand wrong. I think his hand had a lot more value. I mean, especially I could just be firing with a draw, or if I'm a bad player, but it worked out for the best. And we chopped it up, and we got rid of a player. Okay, here we go. So this guy had, I mean, how stupid this is. He has roughly 3,000 in front of him, blinds at 400, and he limps under the gun with 399 king. This, I mean, there's no worse play in Omaha8b better to limp with this kind of hand from any position or raise. I mean, you can raise, later in the tournament to steal from late position. That's different. I mean, this kind of hand is even bad for just Omaha high, I think. But people can argue, I mean, you have pocket nines and a king high flush draw, so you could limp or raise in Omaha high, but eight or better. I mean, there's no excuse for calling that hand, especially with this chip stack. Here, again, I was experimenting this tournament. I was trying to see if I can win a pot instead eight or better by playing a high hand, and I end up losing this hand. And so, yeah, this tournament was, I just threw money away. It's pretty stupid. 3-6-4-8 looks beautiful, double suited, but it's a very easy fold or from early position. I don't have any nut flush draws. I have lows, four low cards, but I could limp and then I get raised, and then I'm kind of in the middle of calling and I don't know what to do. So I think the best player is to fold. Again, on a final table, I might come out raising because people play so tight on a final table, especially just a $5 rebuy tournament where the first prize is about $1,000. So once you reach the final table, a lot of these players, to them, even $100 a lot, so they all play really tight. Excuse me. Um, 8359. Definitely could limp. Definitely could raise. Actually, sorry. Do not raise. I would never raise this. Even on a final table, I think this is too weak of a hand to raise. I could limp or I could fold. Um, I don't mind the limp here. I hope I limped here. I don't know what I did. But I have a suited. He limps, so I should limp here. I mean, well, I'm thinking. I don't know what I did. Okay, I folded. I don't know. It's not the worst play. Maybe I was scared of getting raised by somebody behind me. I mean, the table isn't playing that passive, but later in the tournament, oh my god, the table plays so passive, I almost puked. But I wasn't getting hands to raise a lot, so. Okay, on the right, I want to discuss this hand because I'm not a good hold'em limit player, so if any of you are a good hold'em limiter, you can tell me how to play this one now. So here we have roughly, if you can see the chip stack, I have roughly 2300, he has 26, and he has 30-ish, 3000-ish. And we're at 50-100, oh sorry, 100-200 limit, so the blinds are 50-100. I'm in the big blind. This guy raises from the hijack to 200, he calls, and I'm getting 5.5 to 1, and I'm thinking what to do, and I said, hey, let's see a flop. So I decided to call. Now I don't know if that's a good play or a bad play, so if you are a limit player or if you know more about hold'em limit than I do, then tell me if this was bad. So flop comes 5, 6, 9. So now I'm kind of confused. Do I lead out? I don't like to check raise because then I'm going to be out of position and have to lead out on the turn. And if I check, maybe it goes check around. And well, I don't think it's going to go check around, but I thought maybe something like 2 queens is going to raise, and then maybe just with ace or king of spades, somebody's just gonna call. So I wanna charge the draw. Plus, if they have something like an overpair with no spades, I wanna bet for value. So I think I bet here, and the pre-flop raiser decides to raise, and he flats. Now I think the correct play should be here to re-raise, because eventually I lose this hand, and that was the only way I would have given me a shot to win this hand. If I re-raise, maybe one of these guys fold and I could have won the pot. But at this point, I'm thinking I want to take a card off. If a spade doesn't come, then I'm just gonna come up betting or maybe even check raise. But I definitely wanted to see one more card before I put any more chips in this pot, because it's 3-handed, I'm out of position, things could get ugly. Because we call, now turns is 7, so I'm thinking, well, none of these guys could have an 8 in their range. Maybe ace-8 with the ace of spades, maybe pocket 8s. Maybe they're, unless, this he has like 7-8, 9-8, 6-8 kind of hand. But I really thought that at this point, if one of these guys called me with an overpair or a flush draw, well, I don't think a flush draw is gonna fold like a flush draw, but I really thought that if they have 2 aces or kings, queens, or tens with no spade, they're gonna fold. So I really felt like betting is the best option. But again, for those who have played limit hold'em before, let me know what's the best option here. So I decided to bet, and I get called in both spots. So now I'm not sure what's going on. The river is a jack, which seems like a pretty safe card, unless somebody has 2 jacks. At this point, I really thought that if somebody has an 8, they're going to raise the turn. So the river being a jack of hearts, I felt like, and I'm pretty big on value betting. I like value betting thing because I think a lot of people don't do that. So I love value betting thing. So I felt that I have to value bet here because since it's limit, nobody's gonna bluff at it with just the ace of spades if I check. So I decided to value bet, hoping to get called by worst or just pick it up. And I believe this player falls and he looks me up. By the way, on the left, king 3, queen 4 under the gun is an easy fault. And we'll continue in part 3 now.